Welcome to MOOC course on the contemporary South Korean politics. A lot of people would be curious why we are studying South Korean politics. What makes South Korean politics new and interesting? There are several reasons. Most important reasons would be that South Korea made the profound transformation with extremely hostile and negative legacies. South Korea was poor and underdeveloped. South Korea was a colony of Japan. South Korea was occupied by American forces. And South Korea was divided in 1945. And then there was devastating Korean War, which lasted from 1950 to 53. Despite these very negative initial conditions, South Korea made profound transformation. Most dramatic transformation came from the economic sector. As I pointed out, South Korea was poor. Its per capita income was less than $100 per person throughout the 1950s. But now, after 40 years, South Korea is now a member of OECD. South Korea has shown the most successful case of graduation from the status of underdeveloped economy into the advanced industrialized country. It's very, very rare. Perhaps Singapore, Hong Kong, those are the exceptions. Most developing countries were not able to make a successful transition from the status of underdevelopedness to status of advanced industrialized countries. Therefore, Korean economic success has drawn worldwide attention. Another important aspect is the transformation of political system. As you may recall, South Korea was under long authoritarian rule. 1950s, South Korea was under soft authoritarianism. And then there was a military coup in 1961. There was almost 17 years military rule by late President Park Chung-hee. But that was again succeeded by another hard authoritarianism in 1980s. But in 1987, South Korea made an extremely successful transition to democracy. The military authoritarian rule was over. We had a new beginning of democratic politics in South Korea. Throughout the 1990s, South Korea began to make a successful democratic consolidation. Of course, there were some setbacks. However, South Koreans overcame those setbacks, have been making steady progress toward democratic consolidation. Another interesting aspect is that South Korea is a middle power. Korea is divided. South Korea accounts for only half of the Korean peninsula. With economic success and political change, South Korea has emerged as a new middle power in the Asia Pacific, even in the world. Okay? South Korea has been taking various diplomatic initiatives. South Korea has been increasing its share of contribution to overseas development assistance. South Korea has been pushing for the idea of multilateral security and economic cooperation. Therefore, I would say South Korea as a middle power is another important indicator of structural transformation of South Korea. But there is another interesting aspect of South Korea. Korea is still divided. With the German unification, I would say that Korea is the longest divided nation in the world. Okay? And peace is elusive on the Korean Peninsula. And the Korean Peninsula is still governed by the fragile armistice agreement. It is the longest armistice agreement in the world. And South Koreans strongly feel the mandate of national unification.